Alright, y'all. Hey, it's your boy Kanye East, not Kanye West, coming to you with a video giving a review of the Catfish Season 2 premiere that came on last night. I don't even know where to begin, but so you had the poor little Cassie, who everybody was talking about, looked like Psyduck, the Pokemon. Her best friend Cassie, she's been going out with a guy named Steven Gomez, and they live in Florida. Steven is an artist that lives in Atlanta. They've been talking for 3 years. Homegirl, they didn't have phone sex. She proposed to him. He was like, okay, without even meeting him. And he's just always been in the studio, always been busy or whatever. Um, so yeah, 3 years talking online, never found the time to Skype, but they've had time to have phone sex and everything. So anyway, Nev comes in, and the other guy, whatever the white boy's name is. Oh yeah, the guy's music was terrible, but we'll talk about that later. Gladys is like her loyal best friend. Um, but Lord, yeah, it was ridiculous. So Nev comes in or whatever. They try to find out. They meet with Cassie and Gladys to figure out what's going on, and then they start doing some snooping around or whatever, and they find out that Stephen Gomez has been using a model's picture, so that's not even the real him. And she gets upset or whatever, and then Nev turns to her. He's like, "Well, it's not your fault for being lied to. No, it's not her fault for being lied to, but it is her fault for being dumb as hell." Like, I'm gonna need these people on Catfish to learn to use some common sense whenever you talk to these people online. 3 years, 3 years, and he ain't had not one moment to Skype. Bet Mo believe that. Like, come on, girl. Anyway, Nev does some searching around or whatever, and they find out that well, basically all he did was he opened one of the songs that Cassie had sent um him, and they just right clicked on it, found the file info, and then they traced it back to this guy named Tony, who happens. I can't deal with thunder, y'all. This is about to be a quick video, but Jesus, and I'm right by this window. Y'all pray for me. Um, dang, what was I saying? Oh, so they found out this guy named Tony from the same, so, what's the word? It starts with a C. Um, what's that C word? Shoot. Coincidentally, I'm an English major. Coincidentally, it's from the same town as Kathy. And so my thing about this was Neb doesn't do anything. All he does is his. This thunder ain't right, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna go to sleep. Y'all pray for me. But my thing about it is all Neb does is use Google and right click on stuff and open it. Like, I can log on to Facebook, I can log on to Twitter. I know how to use Google. I have a laptop. Like, why don't I just do Catfish? I know how to talk to people. I can easily make people pretend that I feel sorry for them. So why I feel like I'm about to. I told one of my friends, I said I'm starting a Catfish service for this campus right here and see how much money I can make. Cause I bet you there's some fools on this campus that's been talking to somebody for about half a decade, and I ain't never met them in person. Come on now, if you know some names, go ahead and tell me, cause they be my first clients. Comment. Um, but anyway, they find out. They show the picture of the Tony guy who's been pretending to be Cassie's boyfriend. Turns out it's her best friend Gladys's cousin. They meet with him or whatever. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, well this is something that you know me and me and Gladys had come up with." Let me see something. Okay, so Stephen Gomez, the model's picture that they used was some muscular little, little built little swole black dude, but he was actually a model, so of course. And then Tony, some scrawny little Native American, Hispanic, I don't know what he was, um, with long hair. I mean, he wasn't hurt, but he, yeah. I just, if I was her, and I would have been like, "Ooh, I've been having phone sex with you these past 3 years. Ooh, we about to block this out my memory." But anyway, they go to Gladys, and then Gladys is like, "Oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Leave me alone." I'm just like, Gladys, this ain't the time. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? And so she says she did it to help Cassie out because Cassie was in college and she was starting to be a hoe and she was starting to flunk out of school. So the Stephen Gomez character, I guess, like he like kept her in check and encouraged her to stay in school and stuff like that. And it's great that you did that, but you had to create an um an alternate like an alter ego or something just to help out your best friend. Like, have a seat. Have this seat right here because no, that's not what you do. You crazy as hell. Like what? No, gosh, like Gladys, you too hot. Did y'all hear that thunder? Whew. Um, yeah, I don't know how I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm just gonna let y'all. I'm about to go to my living room and cry like a baby because I can't deal. But anyway, yeah, Gladys says, "I'm sorry or whatever for doing that." Turns out this girl done had a second phone. So basically, Gladys did the text, and then whenever she needed somebody to do like the phone sex and stuff and talk to her on the phone, it was actually Tony because she won't vouch, she can't imitate a guy's voice. Um, so wow, yeah, and Cassie was like, "Okay, well let me try to call Steven." Call Steven. Shown up Gladys's phone said the whole time. So Gladys was like, "Yeah, every time that Steven was in the studio or at a party or something, I was just really hanging out with you, or I was in school." Stupid, 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 stupid. Gladys, Gladys. Don't trust. This is for everybody. Don't trust no girl under 30 years old that is named Gladys. And I'm sorry if you were under the age of 30 and your name is Gladys. Go ahead and get it changed because a whole name Gladys can't be trusted, obviously. Um. So then they talked to Cassie, whatever. Poor Cassie, she done ran into the car and cried. Neb then came back with her purse or whatever. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, whatever. I don't really know what to say." I know what to. I would have if I was Neb. I would have been like, "Look, your friend is stupid as hell. Go ahead and cut her off. Go ahead and get your life together." And yeah. So anyway, they go back and then they talk. I mean, Cassie goes back to go talk to Gladys or whatever, and then Gladys is like, "Well, I can't say that." And here we think she's about to be really apologetic. "I can't say that I wish I would have never done it, but I wish I would have. Um, I'm glad that I helped you," or something like that. And I was like, "Wait a minute, like you would, like you can't say that you wish you would have never done it. So if you had the opportunity, you would do this all over again, like you." I'm telling you, like one of my friends said, this is in Florida. Florida is a shady state. Y'all remember the presidential election in 2000? Florida is just shady. Who else is from the Fat Joe? He from Florida, I think. Rick Ross. We know Rick Ross. I think ain't Rick Ross from Miami? Maybe I don't know. But you know, if he from you can't trust folk from Florida. You just can't. I have an aunt who lives in Florida, but guess what? She was born up here in North Carolina, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, folks from Florida just shady, shady motherfuckers. Um, so yeah, they talk or whatever, and then so they're like, "Okay, well, we'll still be friends, but it won't be like before." Why they still decided to be friends, I don't know. Yeah, and so at the end they come back, and then Nev talks to Cassie and Gladys. They Skype or whatever. Oh, and his sidekick Matt, little white boy who don't say anything, just hold the camera. Um, and Cassie's like, yeah, I check her. Well, they talk to Cassie. Cassie is like, oh yeah, I check her computer, her phone every now and then. To keep her in line. I'm just like, that's too much effort. Like, why? We not even in a relationship. We supposed to be best friends, and I got to check your phone and your computer all the time. Like, if I don't trust you, I just don't trust you. We can't hang. Like, no, no. Then everybody was getting on Cassie's weed, and they found. I love how Black Twitter worked, cause they found Cassie and Gladys's accounts in no time. Like as soon as the show started, they found their Twitter accounts. Everybody was tweeting them who were picking on Cassie's weed. They kept tweeting, like Cassie and Gladys kept tweeting pictures of each other. It's like, oh yeah, we're still besties or whatever. And then Cassie retweeted her cousin, and her cousin was like, thank y'all for making my cousin famous. Like, this ain't what you want to be known for. Like, I don't know. Like, I know you used to be a hoe, but you ain't about to get nobody. Like, you better get some stuff. You better get some stuff from Candy Coated. Candy Coated Nights. You better get some of that, because you won't get no man. Um, yeah. Ooh, the rain is pouring down. Pray for me. Um, so yeah, I was just too through. But yeah, um, that's basically it, y'all. Please, if y'all meet people online, I say within like the first month, y'all need to start Skyping or something, and confirm that that is a real person. And don't be talking to nobody for 3 years and never meet them in person and then propose to them, be having phone sex with them and stuff, because that makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. All right, y'all. I'm out. Until the next video. See you.
You say that I don't have no patience. Well, you don't show appreciation.